You ever notice some of the scariest nights in life don't start out scary at all? That's how this one began. It was a regular Friday night. Maya had invited her two best friends, Josh and Emily, over for a sleepover. They'd been inseparable since middle school, and now, as high school seniors, they wanted one last round of late-night memories before graduation pulled them in different directions. They ate pizza, scrolled through TikTok, and laughed until their stomachs hurt. But as the nights stretched past midnight, the laughter started to fade. The chips were gone, the soda was flat, and silence crept in. Josh, restless as always, broke it. "Hey," he said, holding up his phone. "You guys ever heard of the 3 a.m. doll game?" Maya squinted. "The what?" A girl placed the doll on a table, blew out the candles, and asked, "Do you want to play?" The video cut to static, but not before a shadow darted across the wall behind her. Emily groaned, hugging a pillow. "Another fake internet challenge? Haven't we outgrown this stuff?" Josh's grin widened. "What if it's real? What if we film it and something actually happens? That's instant views, instant clout." Maya felt a knot in her stomach. She hated dolls. Her grandmother had collected them, filling the attic with porcelain faces. As a kid, Maya swore one of them blinked at her, and she never forgot it. Emily glanced at her. "Wait, don't you have dolls in your house?" Maya hesitated, then nodded. "In the attic, but I'm not touching them." Josh's eyes lit up. "Perfect, real props. Way creepier than a store-bought doll." Emily shook her head. "No way. Those things are probably cursed." Josh leaned closer, his voice taunting. "What's wrong, Em? Scared a little doll's gonna wink at you?" Emily threw the pillow at him. "Shut up." Josh turned to Maya. "What about you? You down?" Maya's gut screamed no, but she didn't want to be the coward. "Fine," she muttered. "I'll grab one, but only one." At 12:30, Maya climbed the attic stairs. The bulb above flickered weakly, casting long shadows across the boxes. She found the container of dolls in the corner, their glass eyes staring blankly. One doll stood out. Its porcelain cheek was cracked, a jagged line running from mouth to chin. Its tangled black hair framed its pale face, and a faded red bow clung to one side. Something about it felt wrong, like it was waiting. Her hand trembled as she picked it up. The porcelain was ice cold, and for a moment she thought its tiny fingers twitched. She nearly dropped it, but held on. Back in the living room, Josh and Emily had arranged candles around the table. Josh's grin stretched wide. "Perfect. This is gonna be legendary." Maya set the doll in the center. Its cracked smile gleamed in the candlelight. The clock ticked. The dare was set. And none of them knew what was waiting when 3 a.m. struck. By 2:55, the room was quiet. The only light came from the flickering candles around the doll. Josh rubbed his hands together, whispering like a showman. "All right, here's how it works. We wait until 3 a.m. exactly. Then we ask the doll if it wants to play. If it moves, we win." Emily glared at him. "Win? What exactly do we win? A haunted house?" "Clout," Josh said simply. "And bragging rights." Maya didn't laugh. She couldn't stop staring at the doll. The crack along its face made it look like its smile was growing wider. The digital clock on the wall clicked to 3 o'clock. Josh leaned forward. His voice dropped. "Do you want to play?" The room went still. No one breathed. The candles flickered once, twice, then steadied. Josh chuckled nervously. "Guess not." But just as he leaned back, the doll fell sideways onto the table. Emily gasped, clutching Maya's arm. It moved. Josh's smile faltered. It probably just tipped over. The table's uneven. But Maya had been watching. She swore she saw its hand twitch before it fell. Josh set it upright again. Okay, maybe we need to try again. He cleared his throat. Do you want to play? For a moment, nothing happened. Then, one candle blew out. Just one. Emily yelped. Nope, I'm done. She tried to stand, but Josh grabbed her wrist. Wait, that could have been a draft. There are no windows open, Emily snapped. Her voice shook. Maya's heart hammered in her chest. The air felt heavier, colder. She whispered, Josh, stop, please. But Josh leaned even closer to the doll. Do something then. If you're real, prove it. The sound came instantly. Tap, 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 from inside the walls. Slow, deliberate knocks, echoing through the room. Emily screamed. What the hell was that? Josh's face drained of color. It's just the pipes. Old houses do that. But Maya knew it wasn't the pipes. Each knock felt timed, almost intelligent. Tap, tap, tap. This time it came from the floor beneath the table. The doll trembled slightly. Maya grabbed Josh's arm. Enough. Put it back in the attic. But before he could answer, the doll's head turned, just a fraction. Its cracked face now tilted toward Maya. She screamed, stumbling back. Emily followed, clutching her tightly. Josh froze, eyes wide, his bravado finally breaking. Okay, maybe this was a bad idea. The candle flames shot up high, then extinguished all at once, plunging the room into darkness. And in the pitch black, a childlike giggle echoed softly. Not from Josh, not from Emily, not from Maya, from the doll. Maya's throat tightened. The laugh was wrong, too soft, too playful for the silence that followed. Emily fumbled for her phone flashlight, her hands shaking so badly it almost slipped. The beam finally cut through the darkness, landing on the doll. It was no longer sitting. It was standing upright on the table. Josh cursed under his breath. That's not possible. It can't balance like that. Emily's voice cracked. We have to stop. We have to end this. But how do you end something when you don't know the rules? Maya reached for the doll, intending to shove it back in the box and run. But the moment her fingers brushed its porcelain arm, the doll toppled forward into her lap. The flashlight flickered. For a heartbeat, the entire room seemed to shift. Walls closer, shadows deeper. The doll's head rolled upward, glass eyes staring directly into hers. And then, so faint she almost thought she imagined it, its lips moved. Play. Maya screamed, hurling the doll across the room. It landed near the hallway, face down. Let's go, she gasped. We're leaving right now. They scrambled toward the door, but it wouldn't budge. Josh yanked at the handle, slamming his shoulder into it. Nothing. It was like the wood had fused shut. The doll's tiny footsteps echoed on the hardwood floor. Step, step, step. Emily sobbed, backing away. This isn't real. This can't be real. But the doll's cracked face peeked around the corner, its smile wider than before. Josh shouted at it, voice cracking. What do you want? The doll's head twitched. Play, it repeated, voice sharp and childlike. The candles relit themselves, all at once. But instead of steady flames, they burned blue. Maya realized with horror, this wasn't about scaring them. This was the game. The doll had accepted. The rules were simple. Survive until morning. And the game had only just begun. The house grew colder, their breath fogging in the candlelight. Emily clung to Maya, whispering prayers under her breath. Josh grabbed a fire poker from the fireplace, his bravado gone, but his survival instinct kicking in. They heard it again. Step, step, step. The doll's footsteps, but impossibly loud now, echoing through every room. Josh held the poker tight. We have to smash it, break it apart. No, Maya snapped. What if that makes it worse? But the footsteps grew closer, faster. Then silence. Emily slowly turned her flashlight toward the ceiling. The doll was clinging to it, upside down, crawling like an insect. It dropped suddenly, slamming into Josh's chest. He screamed, swinging the poker wildly, but the doll clung to him, its tiny porcelain hands wrapping around his throat. Emily shrieked. Maya grabbed the doll, ripping it free, and smashed it against the floor. A crack spread across its forehead, but it didn't break. The doll giggled again, louder this time, and crawled into the shadows. Josh wheezed, clutching his neck. It's not just a game. It's trying to kill us. Maya's mind raced. There had to be a way out. Her grandmother used to whisper warnings about the dolls. Never wake them. Never invite them. But if invited, the only escape was to outlast them until dawn. The clock on the wall read 3:27. They had hours to go. Time crawled. Every minute felt like an eternity. The doll appeared in flashes at the end of the hallway, peeking from behind doors, giggling from the shadows. Each time it got closer. By 4:45, Emily was hysterical, rocking back and forth. Josh had deep scratches across his arms from where the doll attacked. Maya fought to stay calm, whispering, "We just have to hold on. Morning will end it." But at 5:55, the doll made its final move. It appeared on the table again, perfectly still, facing them. The blue flames of the candles flared high, almost reaching the ceiling. Then, in unison, they went out. Darkness swallowed the room. The doll's voice whispered right behind Maya's ear. "Time's up." Maya spun, swinging blindly, but the voice came again, on her other side. Then from above, then from everywhere at once. Emily screamed. Josh swung the poker until it snapped in half. And then, light. The first rays of dawn broke through the window. The house warmed instantly. The candles were gone, and so was the doll. The three of them collapsed in silence, trembling, alive. Josh broke it with a hoarse laugh. "Told you. Viral." But Maya didn't laugh. She stared at the empty spot on the table where the doll had sat. The cracked porcelain face, the black hair, the red bow. Because later that day, when she went to put the doll back in the attic, the box was empty. Every single doll was gone.